Saddle up. Listen to this crap.
Where it hurts is to go after his oil and gas sector. And some where it hurts is to go after his oil and gas sector. And some senators agree, Republican and Democrat. Senator Joe Manchin, for example, mentioned that the U.S. is still currently buying approximately 600,000 barrels of crude and other petroleum products every single day. Is that on the table? Is that something that...
So let's make sure we understand precisely how this is working, okay? We had the Keystone Pipeline, we shut that down. Russia wanted to ship gas, LNG, to Germany and the EU through Nord Stream. Russia invades Ukraine. So America says, hey, we got to punish them. You know how we're going to punish them is we're going to have the EU stop that whole Nord Stream stuff. Stop getting it. Hit him where it really hurts. Hit him where it really hurts. But meanwhile, we shut off our own pipeline, our Keystone Pipeline. So we're importing 600,000 barrels of oil every day from Russia. Can't use our own reserves. God forbid we should look anything less than completely wholly woke. Oh my God, we'll never tap into our own fossil fuels found here at home. Instead, we'll have them tap into them in Russia, shipped over here. That's saving the planet. All we care about is this part of the planet. If we save this part of the planet, the rest of the planet should be fine. So we're going to fixate on being all self-righteous, all virtuous. This way, the Earth is not going to go so supernova 4 years from now the way we keep pretending it's going to. We're not going to fall into some blazing fiery ball hurtling through the universe because of climate change. The way we keep telling you, you know how? Because we're going to shut down our own pipeline and make them drill in Russia. That's the way we're going to do it. That's the way we're going to fix it. To this day, we're still importing 600,000 barrels a day, standing firm with our alliance, the EU, who we tell them you can't get gas from Russia. Why does anyone listen to us? Why does anyone listen to us? It's the most hypocritical thing on earth. The most hypocritical thing. You have to shut down all your stuff. You can't do Nord Stream. We're going to keep taking our 600,000 barrels a day because, look, we need our damn energy over here. We're not willing to drill into our own places. We're not willing to open up our own reserves. We certainly don't want anyone to think we're anything less than the wokest people on the block. So we definitely have to, shut that thing. Day one. Literally, they did it day one. I mean, I got to tip my cap to them. Here's my little tip that they actually kept through on that promise that we're shutting it down day one. Whoops, that wasn't their promise. Actually, Joe Biden went to Pennsylvania and lied to them and said, we're not going to shut anything down. Don't worry about it. Day one, shut it down. Let's start getting our oil instead of getting it here at home. We'll make the other half of the planet a fireball. This way, it will have the fire behind us. That half of the planet will be exploding and we'll go hurtling super fast and we'll be able to see things much faster because we'll be hurtling super fast as that half of the globe explodes, at least according to the climate change believers. Because Russia's drilling. We ain't. So now, questioned about this, Kamala Harris, this is the answer, lady, because if you have tough questions, if you have things that, hey, look, we gotta get to the bottom of this. What the hell is going on with the whole 600,000 barrels that we're taking every day? Isn't that kind of weird? I mean, we're supposed to be against Russia. We're telling EU not to take anything from them. So aren't we taking 600,000 barrels a day from them? Maybe we should change that, do something about that somehow. Maybe, I don't know. Are we going to do something about that? Is there any thought about, are we even thinking in that direction? Is the hamster in your brain, in the little wheel, is he running in that direction at least? That little squeaky wheel going, wee, 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 wee. Is it turning in the direction of opening up our reserves or not? We're not looking at that yet. Let's hear what Kamala has to say about that. And it's not Kamala. If you thought it was Kamala, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's Kamala. That's the one thing she knows.
That the administration would continue, or would consider in terms of further sanctions, cutting off the oil and gas part of the economy for Russia?
Well, as you know, that on this issue, for example,
so far she said nothing.
We applaud Germany
we applaud Germany for doing what we refuse to do.
In terms of what it has done as it relates to Nord Stream 2.
She didn't ask about Nord Stream 2. She just said, hey, we're going to start buying oil. So let's pivot towards Germany. Hey, we talk Germany into it. We're really good at what we do. We talk Germany into it. Biggest shysters.
It relates to what we need to do domestically as well as what we need to do in terms of this issue generally. We have, as the president said.
Still no answer. Are you going to do anything about the fact that we're getting 600,000 barrels a day from Russia?
Reevaluated what we're doing in terms of the strategic oil reserve here in the United States to make
reevaluated how? Like what's the process here?
Sure that it will not have an impact, or we can mitigate the impact on the American consumer.
What? One more time? Maybe I was talking over her. Let her have her do here.
Domestically as well as what we need to do in terms of this. For example, we applaud Germany in terms of what it has done as it relates to Nord Stream 2, as it relates to what we need to do domestically as well as what we need to do in terms of this issue generally. We have, as the president said, reevaluated what we're doing in terms of the strategic oil reserve here in the United States to make sure that it will not have an impact, or we can mitigate the impact on the American consumer.
So we're going to use the strategic oil reserve to mitigate the impact? When is that going to happen? When's that kicking in? Why wasn't that mentioned in the State of the Union? Wouldn't that be something that he would say? Hey, Russia, listen up. I'm talking tough now to you. We're not buying your stinking oil no more. We're going to be releasing our own. Why didn't he say that in the State of the Union? I think he probably got a round of applause for that.
Let's take this one step at a time, understanding that right now on the issue of energy, our allies have stood firm and unified in a way that many of the pundits didn't predict would happen, to ensure that we are unified in our approach to this issue.
What the hell does that even mean? Satellite.